Good morning, children. I am here to teach you Science Bio Lesson 14 Life Processes. Okay, children. So, I know that you have already learned this lesson little bit, but though I have to start this chapter, so I thought to start it from the very first. So, let us study all these things. Children, from the childhood onwards, you have studied that all living organisms are made up of cells and which originate from pre-existing cells, and they have undergo to the process of fertilization, all that things. So children, all life processes go on in a coordinated and controlled manner in all living organism in this world. Okay, you are seeing in this picture various life processes like reproduction, growth, control, excretion, transportation, respiration, nutrition, movement. All these are essential for the survival of living organism. So here we are going to read about reproduction first. So reproduction give rise to variations. Okay, this process is not very essential for the survival of individual, but it is very essential for the survival of the species as a whole. Okay, so let us study the process of reproduction, growth and development mainly in humans and in plants in this chapter. So here the first topic is, in your book it is 14.1, reproduction, growth and development in human beings. So children, it is very easy to distinguish between human males and females because they are having various external characteristics and distinct varieties of organs in them. Okay, so we find a sustainable role of human males and females from fertilization to organization and development of human offsprings. Okay, so all those processes are called reproduction, and such process of reproduction in which we find the role of male and female to be involved are called reproduction system, or we can say sexual reproduction system, because reproduction is of two types, sexual and asexual. So in that process which involves the role of both male and females from fertilization to organization, they are called sexual reproduction. Okay, so we know that human lives as several others individuals starts from a single fertilized cell, as I told you earlier in the starting of this chapter that everything is made up of cells which originate from pre-existing cells. Okay, so the picture what you are seeing is the male human entity and a female human entity. One is sperm, another one is ovum. Okay, male reproductive entity is a small and has a nucleus and very little food resources in it. It has a long tail and it could swim. Okay, and both the male and female reproductive cells are cells. Okay children, they are cells. And female reproductive entity is ovum. Both are involved in the process of producing offsprings. These cells are called as gametes. So children, the nuclei of female and male gametes fused during fertilization process. Okay, the nucleus of the zygote contains a collection of heredity material which they receive from the parent reproductive cells, and this nuclei contains information for the formation of the body of the next generation, means for the formation of offsprings. See the photo what you are seeing in your screen is the fertilization process. When the egg and sperm fuses together, they form zygote, and zygote only I am talking about. They are containing the parental information. Okay, see what is zygote? A zygote is a fertilized eukaryotic cell that forms after the union of male and female gametes. I hope that you people know the meaning of eukaryotic cell, and if you are not knowing, I am going to tell you. Children, eukaryotic means this organism which is having a nucleus enclosed in a nucleus envelope. Okay, so a zygote is a fertilized eukaryotic cell that forms after the union of male and female gametes. Understood? Children, the role of male and female can be found in several types of organisms like most of the vertebrates, several insects like locusts, butterflies, houseflies, etc. Okay, so and in some flowering plants also, like for example mosses, ferns. See, this is the example of ferns. So all such organisms reproduce sexually, and the role of both male and female reproductive cell is essential in such organism. And children, in just now we have read about sexual reproduction, but in contrast to this, in asexual form of reproduction, as we can see in the east, okay, bacteria, flatworms, several plants like potato, grass, etc., the role of both male and female reproductive cells is not essential. Okay, that is called asexual reproduction. See, this is the example of flatworms. Okay, it can reproduce, can attach to rough substrate and stretch its body and divide into two. It can also be cut into and can regenerate and self-fertilize if needed, but not, they are not preferring. But all these are the examples of asexual reproduction in which the role of both the gametes are not necessary. Okay, so this is all about reproduction, sexual and asexual. Now we are going to see about growth and development in humans, and in your book it is 14.1.2. Children, you may have observed infants growing up and wondered how a small child grows into a big individual. Okay, in this chapter, in this section, we are going to see about all these things. See children, development and growth brings about various changes in the body. Okay, you may have noticed various changes taking place in a body. So along with the changes, there is increase in the height also. Our reproductive organs also grow and develop. Certain hormones like testosterone in males and estrogen in females are also released. They stimulate functioning of reproductive parts and also aid in the development and growth. Certain muscles also grow, okay, and often acne is also developed in the face. So all these are the few changes which we are going through during the process of growth and development. There may be behavioral changes as well. Okay, we become more conscious of our body and have several questions regarding in our mind. And when we fail to get answers of those questions, we feel irritated, and this phase of life is called adolescence. Okay children. In human males, voice becomes low-pitched, beard, moustache starts growing, while in females, mammary organs grow and become prominent. So changes in behavior or changes on our body are easily visible to everyone, but we hardly come to know about the changes. So in the upcoming part of this chapter, we are going to see about the location of parts of the female and male reproductive organs and the connection between them. Okay. The reproductive organs in both male and females mature during adolescence. Okay, sperms are produced in a coiled tubes inside the testes, and over 2000 lakh sperms are produced per day. Okay, testes are found hanging in a scrotal sacs outside the body, and here the temperature is lower than that of our body. That helps the sperm to remain preserved. See, this is the scrotum. Testes are formed hanging in a scrotal sacs outside the body. Okay, so this is all about male reproduction, male reproductive system. Now we are going to see about the female. A phase called menstruation cycle starts with the onset of adolescence in human female. Okay, once every month an egg or ovum is produced by any of the ovaries. Okay, blood vessels and the layers of tissues are laid in the inner wall of the uterus or the womb. Okay, this is a way in which the womb prepares for the development of a child. If fertilization takes place, the development of child may continue for nearly 9 months. Okay, but if fertilization does not take place, this phase will not arise. But if fertilization takes place, this phase is only called as pregnancy. Okay. Children, menstruational cycle is arrested during pregnancy till a child is born, and the body may get back to usual functioning. Means for that period it is not happening, and this is usually for a period of about nearly 15 months from the beginning of pregnancy. Okay, so the in case of fertilization does not occur, what the egg and ovum or shell will do? Okay, in case of fertilization will not occur, the egg cell or ovum produced is shed off with blood and other tissue that are formed, and that is only menstruational continues every month for nearly 35 years after reproductive maturity. Understood? Children, it has been observed that growth of our body is initiated mainly by the division of cell as well as their increase in size. For example, in the body of a 3-month-old child developing in the womb, 4 cells of the shoulder area start dividing faster than the neighbor cells and projection for the hand are formed. I am saying only this for the example, and apart from this, it has also been observed the cells also start changing form and role, a process we call it as a differentiation. Okay, so we find similar process of growth and development in plants also, and it is easy to observe plant growth and development in certain annual plants like pea and mustard. Okay, so maybe you have learnt about the reproductive parts of the plants earlier. Usually a flower bears the reproductive organs in plants. And children, the male reproductive organ of a flower is composed of all the stamens present in the flower. You can see in this picture stamen. Okay, pollens are the structure that passes on to the stigma of the female reproductive part. The process of transfer of pollen from anther to the stigma is only called as pollination. This is very important. The process of transfer of pollen from anther to stigma is called as pollination. Okay, if recognized on stigma, they germinate to reach the ovule where fusion of male and female nuclei takes place. Okay, plant may be self-pollinated when pollen of a flower reaches the stigma of the same flower or the other flower of the same plant. This is self-pollination. You can see in this picture. Okay. Now the female reproductive organ of a flower is composed of all the carpels. A carpel is mainly composed of 3 parts called stigma, style and ovary. Ovules are the female reproductive cells or gametes present in the ovary. Ovules after fertilization develops into seeds. Understood? So children, as in humans growth and development occurs, so is in plants also. We find that leaves also grow at a time after germination, and flowers and fruits grow at a stage which we call as a stage of maturity. And you know, the mature plant is much larger as compared to the seed from which it grows, from which it started with life. Understood? So children, this video I am ending up here only. Next class you are going to see more about this chapter.